You're watching Backstage Pass. We are here with Pop Evil. Guys,
What's up? VIP room.
Guys got a great new album out. What's your favorite track?
I think it's Breathe for me. I don't know, is that fair?
Yeah, pretty much most of us favorite track is Breathe on the album.
I like Jupiter in June because I'm on it.
And 155 because it's a new single.
One thing I've heard about you guys from some of the fans is you're a little bit younger band, but you got that cool 80s sound, but you're doing it in a better way. You guys are, you know, it's 2001. You took the best from the old and you put your own spin on it. As one of your fans, I just want to say thank you. But kind of what are your influences and how did you guys get this kick-ass sound?
Well, I think a lot of it too is just like, you know, we didn't really try to create a certain specific sound. We just, you know, we all kind of just were who we are and just play the way that we play, and that's just kind of the way that it comes through when we're all together, you know. That's the sound that we get. That's kind of how I feel about it.
I think we really like a lot of our influences, like you know, growing up and stuff. In fact, the way that we write our music, instead of like a lot of the stuff that's on the radio today, kind of hitting it like there's a lot of classic rock that you can hear there. You know, just different influences from everyone with kind of like more of our twist on it. So I think that's where a lot of people get that, you know, the old vibe with a lot of guitar solos and just cool rock and roll riffs, you know.
Kind of comes from our Guns N' Roses, Pantera influence a little bit.
Big GNR fan.
And then of course we got a little bit of a Detroit vibe with our new addition.
Yep, DJ here. Just started out. I'm doing a little backup vocals. DJ in the band, added to the band. I'm the new guy, so be looking out for me in the pictures coming soon.
Hey, I got great news. Chinese Democracy is going to drop November 23rd.
Finally! I read that.
Sure?
I read it yeah, yesterday.
Is that for sure though? Is this set in stone?
No, they're talking.
You better not be lying to us.
It's on the web.
We've been waiting for it for 15 years.
I know, so have I. Only thing is, I've seen Axl, or Guns N' Roses, sorry. That all the stuff sounds great, but I never heard it before. It was kind of hard to get into that. Okay, what's he playing now? But let's see. So you know a little bit about your musical influences. Where are you guys playing next? And I know tonight we're at the Myth in Maplewood. Tell us about the rest of the tour and how's the tour gone so far?
Well, we're going to be doing a lot of East Coast and sort of Midwest stuff. And then I think towards the end of the month we'll be like up in the Northeast. Then we'll work our way down like towards Florida and all that. Not a whole lot of like West Coast or anything like that right now, but we're working on it for sure.
The tour's been awesome though, man. Tesla boys rock.
Yeah, they're great guys, man. They're fun. They're just good people all the way around, man. They treat us just like we're their best friends, and they hardly even, like, I was intimidated to even talk to them, and gosh, they treat me like I was a guy they'd known for 10 years.
Was Tesla one of your guys' musical influences when you were...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely grew up with them. And they're still making good music, man. They got this new record out, just came out a couple days ago.
That's what's so exciting. Like night after night, get to sit back and watch them. You know, like one of the first rock songs that got me going too was "Heaven's Trail." You know, it's a classic Tesla jam.
I think you guys got a good blend because you guys, you know, you're different, but it's same style. You're all great musicians, so I think it's a good blend. What's the response from the audiences been? How many fans do you think you guys are picking up?
I think the audiences have been amazing, you know, to take a new band that they're not familiar with and to kind of welcome them with open arms. But I think you said it best. I mean, like, you know, being from Michigan and being together for so long, I mean, people, you know, people are more smart when they spend their, you know, extra money they have on entertainment. They want to be entertained. You know, I think that, like you said it best, you know, the guys, our band, we're fortunate enough to have guys that can play and who love playing their instruments and who believe in our music and the music that they write, and I think that comes out on stage every night that you'll see again tonight here at the Myth. And keep in mind, we're going on no sleep, but it doesn't matter because we just love doing what we do, you know? Like, even if you're tired, that's the cool thing and the magical thing I think about at least our band. It's like when we're on stage, that's what we were meant to do with each other, and it kind of comes out, you know? And despite all the differences that some, or the difference we might look differently at times, you know what I mean? Or might not look like, oh wow, they're not the expected band playing with Tesla even. I mean, I think getting back to your question, the fans and the crowds have been so amazing and open, and excited to kind of welcome us into their new repertoire of new upcoming bands. So we're excited and we want to not let them down. We just want to rock them every night.
speaking of that, I know you guys are a diverse group. You want to tell us a little bit about each of you guys, particularly, so the fans can get a little bit more of a feel? That's what happens when you sit on the end.
No, I don't know. You know, it's like background wise. You know, it's like, you know, growing up, it's like with me, my family came from like overseas. You know, my dad grew up in Michigan, my mom in Turkey. You know, so I was raised going back and forth with kind of the best of both worlds with that. You know, and got into playing guitar when I was about 8, and just been doing it ever since. You know, every day, just going at it and at it.
Great, you gotta love it.
Oh,
Ted Nugent
more than
said,
anything.
play till your fingers bleed, then work a little harder.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Michigan boy.
That's for sure. But no, I actually grew up an athlete. You know, I wanted to play for the Lakers my whole career, but I soon realized, you know, in my college days that probably wasn't going to happen. I didn't get quite as tall as Shaquille O'Neal, so I thought that I had to find something different. And you know, and I've been singing obviously all my life, and you know, kind of right around high school, you know, I decided that, you know, it was something that I wanted to try to explore, and ran into some of these guys, and you know, 8 years later, here we are, you know. So it's kind of one of those things that, you know, you start off for fun, and you start off in the garage, and you get more serious, and we like to think that you become a better writer by, you know, studying your influences. I think that the older you get as a band, the more mature you get, the more you don't just listen anymore. Like, you try to study other bands. What makes what makes when Tesla plays Signs? Why do all these people sing in all these different age groups and genres? Why does everyone come together for that song? And it's when you can understand that magic that I think that you can become something greater, and you can have those moments that we all are something greater as a unit instead of just individually.
Great. Sounds like you're a student of your craft.
Absolutely, guaranteed.
For me,
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
Hot seat. That's right.
Whole world's watching.
See, I was born out on the West Coast in California, and kind of grew up in California, Arizona, that area, and then moved out to Michigan. Total geek, nerd, glasses, you know, couldn't play sports, you know, quite the opposite of this dude, man. He's very gifted in that area. Balls are just attracted to my face. Okay, that's not bad. Can we cut that?
I'll edit that one out. You gotta buy me a drink, but I'll buy it.
No, that's fine. You know, like if it was soccer ball always hit me right in the face. Football always hit me right in the face. So naturally,
You can want a job, you can play for the Vikings.
True. Or the Lions, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well.
Hey, now we love Michigan here. Don't rip it off.
I love the Lions. That's why, you know, I just keep taking it every year. You know,
By the way,
these
do you
days.
guys know the Vikings are playing Detroit, I believe, Sunday?
Wow, see, when you're on a tour bus, we haven't got to watch one game all year, so.
Okay, I was gonna say if you guys are around, which I'm sure you're not.
Yeah, I don't even know what goes on in the outside world anymore.
Yeah, we don't even. I just know we fired Matt Millen, so yes, there's hope.
So anyway, horrible at sports. Naturally, I became a band geek. You know, started out on saxophone and stuff like that. And once I got to the level of like being in high school and stuff, I was introduced into jazz, and that's what really got me going. And like I really, you know, realized that music was something I wanted to pursue for the rest of my life. And then after playing jazz for a while, like the tone of the bass just seemed to click with me, and I was like, man, that's what I want to do right there. So I went from like jazz into started to play bass, and went from jazz to kind of like heavy metal, and then rock and roll and everything in between. Played in a bunch of bands, ended up with these guys. Yeah. Happy about it.
All right.
First of all, what's up with the hat?
Well,
Johnny also has balls attracted to his face.
oh gosh.
Probably should talk about.
Well, I'm a special kind of character here. I've always been the bad guy, the crazy kid. I've loved music. Music ruled my life. Family wanted me to go to school, paid for my college. I didn't go. I've been DJing 10 years all over Michigan. I've done spring breaks to parties and everything, but I'm obsessed with music. That's just my life. I like everything, to country, to rap, to rock, to death metal. I mean, there's hardly anything you'll find I don't like, but I had to take the next step in my career now, you know, and DJing was kind of at the peak. I've already done what most DJs can do, and what better than to team up with some guys that I've known and played with and hung out with, and I actually love what they do, and when we come together, it's even better. So naturally, I looked for a band and kind of found me, and now I'm hanging out with Pop Evil Boys and just joined up with these guys, and hopefully we rock for many years and end up being like the next like Aerosmith or something, you know.
Oh, one thing on basketball: when you're 60, you can still play in a band, you can still tour, have all the hot chicks.
Yeah.
Shaquille's gonna have a hard time. Well, he's tall enough; he reaches up.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's still not gonna be able to play at 60, 70.
He'll still probably be able to beat me though. I'm sure he can take me. I asked Cliff Robinson one time what he thought. You know, like I was told him I was gonna try out for the NBA.
He probably hit me
Stick
in
to
the
playing
face
guitar.
with the ball.
I think being a musician's funner.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yep.
It definitely is.
You're up.
Alright. Myself, I actually started off like an athlete like Lee himself. And, but like I've always been a rocker. I had a sister that was like 7 years older. Well, I still do actually. No, I had a sister. She's still around, but I remember like in 3rd or 4th grade, I remember getting sent home from school. My mom was like super mad because my sister sent me to school with an Iron Maiden hat, and it was like, you know, I didn't even know what it was at the time. I was just rocking it, you know, it was the coolest thing. But yeah, I just grew up doing sports and stuff, but I remember always before football practice too. Like I said, I've always been a rocker. I always had Metallica, like Sanitarium going. Before the big football game, I had it blaring in the locker room, dude. That was just my thing, you know. And then once I graduated from high school, I just started playing, and you know, met up with Lee back on the scene, and then here I am sitting with these guys. The luckiest SOB you can ever be, I guess.
One quick thing: the name Pop Evil. Where did that come from? Where did you guys come up with that? I think it's a great name, but
The name kind of is like, it's kind of ironic that you're asking us that after you just you got us a little bit of individual story in all of us. Like we all kind of, as you can kind of tell, we all kind of were outcasts in our own way. You know, we all just were still kind of searching and trying to figure out who we were and what our identity was and what we were going to do with our lives. As you can tell too, like, and some of us gave you stories, but our parents, like Donnie's to mine to Matt's to Dave's and to Tony's, our parents, I wouldn't necessarily say they didn't necessarily support us, but they were always like, you know, when are you going to get a real job, grow up, let's not do this thing. And I'm sure that happens to most musicians. You know, it's not very likely that everyone could go tour with Tesla or come play at the Myth and come tour the country playing music you write. So I mean, I understand it's a long shot, but you know, it was about whatever that mainstream normal thing was. Pop Evil was above and below those. So you know, again, Pop Evil, kind of ironic thing about it was it's kind of that name is like a way of life for us. It's not even a band name. It's not, and not knocking any other band name. It's not Creed or Led Zeppelin or something, because there's total meaning, I'm sure, to those bands about that. But we just didn't want to be safe. We wanted a name that kind of slapped ourselves in the face to drive us, to motivate us when we got up in the morning. Look, it's Pop Evil. People aren't going to like us, and they're not going to like our name. But you know, I really wanted to separate at first, you know, and at an early stage in the band's career, to just, you're either with us or you're not. You know, I want to get those people out who are that superficial to just look at a name and shy away. Just like Dave said about Iron Maiden. You hear Iron Maiden, you hear Godsmack, and people don't want to hear it before they judge it before you get. So at that stage, you know, I'm sure Sully might even say the same thing. It's like you want to get those people who aren't even there for the music anyways away right off the beginning, right off your band.
Right.
So the people that do come in and do invite, it's that 1% of those Pop Evil fans that we want to play for, and that's what we'll make a living doing.
Like you said too, you know, like Pop Evil's like it's how we live every day. You know, it's our way of life.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to say about this album or any upcoming albums or anything else?
Definitely buy the album, buy the record, the new single 155 November 4th all over radio. Come out, see us live though. I'm telling you, we don't believe in playing our songs and just standing up there playing our instruments. We perform our songs. And that's what Michigan's all about, you know, the land of Kid Rock and Eminem. We believe in performing our songs and putting on a show. So I'm telling you, the disc is amazing, but the live show is something you'll tell your kids about for generations to come. So I'm telling you that right now.
Any good Kid Rock or Eminem stories, or should I turn the camera off?
Lots, but turn them over and we'll tell you later.
All right, it's about a wrap. We're here with Pop Evil in Maplewood. Show's about to begin. You're watching Backstage Pass. Don't forget it. And these guys are rocking. Get their CD. Go to popevil.com. Check out the tour dates.
Come hang with us in VIP. We're waiting. There's plenty of room. All right. There's plenty of room.
Plush seats.
Only if you're hot. No fat girls allowed.
Fat chicks need love it too.
Yes, they do.
We get lonely after a while at the bus. You know?
We'll love them. There's no balls.
No balls.